Hey guys, what is up? Brendan here, aka Brenbo, bringing you guys another video with the build series with the Ported Supercharger. This is the same day that I ended the last build video, and I'm gonna keep continuing it. This one's gonna be on and off, I think. I'll be in multiple different days in this video. But I wanna start off by talking about the throttle body. So I did have to end up taking apart the old one just to use the nuts for the new one, but I wanna show you guys the size comparison. So this is stock, obviously, and this is the Lightning Performance. As you can see, the blade is way bigger in one piece. So a lot of the space is wasted with this metal piece in the middle, and the whole piece right here is not as tall. Even these circles, they're not as tall as here. So as you can see, just a lot more air can flow through the new one compared to the stock one. And this is why people upgrade the throttle bodies, because you can obviously tell there's a huge difference. But I got the new one all assembled. I got the TPMS, this sensor, everything's ready to go. And when I get the new one on, this can be bolted on. I have the new gasket in and everything. So this one, like I said, I had to tear apart with the old plenum. I'm going to put my new pulley on that supercharger, and then I'll get to the fuel rail, the injectors, the EGR, and then there's this huge mess of wires that I'm gonna take a long time to label, take pictures, and get right. And then after that, just unbolt the supercharger, and it's gonna be easy from there. So I kind of want to show you guys what I got going on right here. Basically, I just connected the bracket from the supercharger. I pushed everything to the side, and then everything else can kind of come back. I'm going to keep that with the fuel rail. So I pushed everything out of the way because I got to take out the injectors and everything, obviously. And then I took the vacuum lines off of here, and now I'm moving to the EGR. So for this huge line, that's about a 1-inch wrench or a 27mm. And then there's two 10s on each side. You already see I have one screwed out a little bit. Gonna remove that. And that makes everything around the supercharger basically removed and out of the way. And then you can get to the fuel rails, and it's kind of an easy shot from there. The coolant lines obviously have to come off, the two there in the front right there. And that's why you have to drain the coolant so that doesn't spill everywhere in the front of the car. But we're almost getting there, guys. So before I take the blower out, because basically I have everything disconnected except the fuel and the bolts that hold in the lower intake. So before I do that, I'm gonna blow it all out. So when I pull it up, no dirt really gets into anything. I know it can't get into the ejectors or anything, but I just wanna make sure everything is clean so nothing falls into the intake or anything like that, because a lot of dirt will pile up by the fuel injector since it's like a valley down in there, and it's like never clean. So I'm gonna blow that out, and then after that, I can start unbolting the bolts that hold it in, which is really cool because we're almost done taking this out. Okay guys, so everything is basically disconnected except one fuel line, and that's the line on the passenger side that connects both sides of the fuel rail to the actual fuel pump. You need a special tool for that. I'm gonna see if I can rent it from AutoZone. If not, I have it at my work. So if you can't rent from AutoZone, I'll probably continue this in 2 days or so. It's the last thing from keeping me to taking this off, which is kind of sucks because I'm so close. But overall, I spent, I would say, about 3 hours getting everything off and disconnected to take it out. I know when I take it out, I still have to take off the intercooler and still do some stuff with that. But just to get it out basically took like 3 hours, I would say. I don't have it out yet, so I could run into some problems. But so far, about 3 hours. I unplugged all the fuel injectors. I'm keeping the fuel rail on, so when I take it off, the fuel injectors and rail will still be on the blower, and I'm not going to put the new blower on until I get my injectors, because I'm going to put the new injectors on the supercharger when I put it back in. So I'm not going to put them back in when they're on the car. So it's probably going to be quite a while until I get the injectors in because I just ordered them. So I'll probably end this video with me taking out the blower, taking off the intercooler, and basically when everything's off of it. That'll probably be the end of this video because I'm waiting on other parts. The booster pump and MAF, that can all wait because that's not necessary, but the fuel rails and stuff, it's under a lot of parts, so I'm not gonna put it all back together, wait for the injectors, and then take it all apart. It's just a waste of time. So I'm just happy I got the time to take this all apart because I didn't have work today. All the harness for the injectors are unplugged, the injectors, the blue ones. But right here, as you can see, that's the line that goes to the fuel rail and then goes to the car. And you need to put a special tool right here so it can slide off. And that's what I'm basically waiting on. But coolant line's disconnected from the block, all wiring harness all pushed to this side, all the vacuum lines in the back of the blower pushed out. So hopefully I can just lift this up and then to me. Hopefully it's not too hard. I know it's kind of heavy with the intercooler, so I might need someone to help me out. I'm not entirely sure. So this is the tool, guys, I was talking about for the fuel lines. I'll show you one of them. I ended up using the green one, by the way. It's a 5/8. You will open this up, put it around the fuel line, and then you push into the female connection of the fuel line. Push the fuel line in, and it'll come out. So you can see I have it disconnected, but if I put it back in a little bit, I'm gonna put it on this section, and I'm gonna slide it into it. It's already loose, but it's gonna go inside, unlock it, gonna push the fuel line up, and then push it back. And that's how you basically do it. Sometimes it requires some strength. This car only has like 20,000 miles, so nothing's really seized up. So it was pretty easy. Now that everything is finally moved out of the way, I can take off the lower intake manifold bolts. Not the supercharger, because I'm gonna pull everything out. The lower intake manifold, the intercooler, and the supercharger. So I'm gonna undo those bolts. I'm gonna undo like the 5 bolts on each side. I know there's like a couple cables that are like Christmas trees still onto the blower, which is like the clip, if you don't know what a Christmas tree clip is. So when I'm pulling it out, I'm gonna have to undo those clips, because if not, I'm gonna be pulling out cables with it. So I'm gonna undo those bolts, hopefully get this thing out. So I want to apologize because it's really hard to record when it's one person like me, but I got the coolant block, as you can see, off, which how I did that was I loosened all the lower intake bolts and I lifted the supercharger up so I could get to those 4 bolts, because once that block is out, then you can just pull the supercharger right up. A lot of people just pull up the lower manifold with everything, and it's kind of heavy, so it's a little difficult. You got the wiring in the back, a little hard, but how I did it was on the supercharger, there's a notch right there. As you can see, you fit a screwdriver on that and then push it against this coolant hose or line, whatever you call it, because it's metal, so it's not a hose, and you pry the supercharger up. So like this, and then you just pry it up. It's hard to do with one hand. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off the supercharger bolts, like right there. I think there's 5 on each side, just like the lower intake, and that can just pull the supercharger up with the intercooler. That will be still attached. But I'm still gonna pull up the lower intake manifold to get to the injectors and just to clean everything up. Okay guys, I got out the supercharger. I didn't record it because it was like bad footage. Like it was just seeing my back the whole time when I had the camera set up. So I'm not gonna put it in the video. But basically, I just unbolted it from the lower intake manifold and I just popped it right out. I'm not removing the lower intake manifold completely from the car because there's this like coolant hose that goes under it. It's kind of hard to get off. I've been trying to do it. So I'm just gonna leave it on. I can still clean the intake manifold and everything. I'm just gonna keep it on. I can still move the gaskets around and look at them. But I'm gonna show you guys the supercharger. So here it is upside down. That's the intercooler. I have to bolt that onto the new one. And I got black RTV to put the new one on because you have to. Even though there's bolts, you have to still seal it on there. I already took the gasket off that goes around the supercharger. But this car is 22,000 miles and look how trash this intercooler is. If you have a catch can, this will help prevent this. So I'm definitely gonna put one on. But brake clean works wonders on this. I will show you guys a time lapse of me spraying this down with brake clean. It's gonna be the most satisfying thing ever. But it's always super nasty, and I was waiting to see how nasty mine would be because I saw other people's, so I'm not very shocked about it. Here's a lower intake manifold. It's also trashed in here. I'm gonna clean that all up. As you can see, it's like disconnected from the whole engine. It's raised up. I have it resting on the coolant line, so I have rags right there. But basically, it's all a mess right here. My goal for this video is to unbolt the intercooler, clean it up, bolt it on, and put the RTV on the new supercharger. Third video, the last video, is obviously gonna be me putting everything back on the car and putting it all back together. So we're going pretty smoothly through this installation. I'm gonna get on unbolting this intercooler and cleaning it off and be amazed by how clean this comes out. So like I said, guys, perfectly clean after the brake clean. I have it at an angle right now so that it's all draining right now. But there's quite a bit in there, but this is from the first flush. This is just pure oil looking fluid, probably because it's like oil vapors. So all this nasty stuff was in this intercooler the whole time. So I'm gonna try to prevent it. It's obviously still gonna happen a little bit, but I'm gonna do my best with the catch can. So I'm gonna let that drain for 30 minutes or so because it's slowly, oil is still coming out and I wanna get as much out as possible. But look what happened. These bolts are for the intercooler. They're 7mm, really small. This is my finger to them. I broke one of them. As you can see, there's only the head of the bolt there. One of them snapped on me, which is okay because it's in the old Supercharger, but I gotta get one of these, so hopefully I can order one at the dealership. If not, I'm gonna have to find something to do about that. But luckily, it didn't prevent the intercooler from coming off. But they're so small and so fragile and kind of old that it just snapped on me. So I'm gonna go to Ottos Art now, buy some black RTV to hold on the intercooler on the new Supercharger. You can use gray, that's what the factory uses, but apparently people on the forums have said black holds better, it's stronger. So I'm gonna go get black. I'm gonna put that on the intercooler, bolt it down, let it dry, you know. And I think that'll conclude it for the video, like I said. We are at AutoZone. I have to get the black RTV. So this is it, ultra black. This is a little tube. I hope this is enough. If not, let's get another one. They're like $4. But there's ultra black, there's blue, there's gray, there's red, you know, all types of RTVs. But black is what I'm gonna use. So guys, before I put the intercooler on the Supercharger, I wanted to show you the difference between the two with the porting. So the huge difference is you can see this oval right here. The other one does not have that. So this is a huge difference right here. And then also, the opening is different. You can see on the stock one, it's a V, and on this one, it's some crazy shape. But obviously, there's a lot more airflow going through there. But obviously, it's a lot larger. Those holes on each end, those are about the same size, but basically it's just this oval, and then this is cut out bigger. That's basically what porting is. You just touch this area right here where the rotors are for the Supercharger. You can see how nice and clean I got this compared to the one I just took off where it's all oily inside. There's still gasket on it. This is all clean and ready to go. So for those bolts, I use red Loctite. That's what I read online. I don't know if it's correct, but that's what I ended up using. I think it's supposed to torque them like 6 Newton meters, 8 Newton meters. To me, that's basically just like as tight as you can, kind of with your hands, one hand. So that's, to me, that's kind of like you're kind of tight on one hand. I don't know. I do this for a living, so I kind of know my torque in a way. But I didn't really torque this because I know it. But it's like 6 or 8 Newton meters. I forgot. But you had the Loctite and the gasket to kind of hold it in there, so you don't need a lot of torque. But that will do it for today's video. I got the intercooler on the Supercharger. Next video will be me finishing everything up on the car and getting it running. So I probably won't have my injectors or my boosted pump, but I'm still gonna run it with everything stock until I actually drive the car. But to make it idle and everything, I don't need that. So I'm just gonna get the car running, ready to go, and you guys are gonna see that. And then I can also install my other mods that I have for the car that don't involve the Supercharger. If you guys like the video, put a thumbs up, it supports me. Subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And I'll see you guys in the next video with the Supercharger. Peace